Today we are going to do Valak, the demon nun from the movie The Conjuring. So if you want to know how you can create a makeup just like this one, please keep watching because I will show you step by step in the coming video. Before I started filming today, I quickly popped in my contact lenses. These are the yellow werewolf lenses by Ericona, and they will go perfect with the look I'm doing today. So I'm creating Valak, the nun, the demon nun from the movie The Conjuring. The first step we will take in becoming Valak is create a new nose for myself, because when I have the reference picture you can see that Valak has a really narrow, long nose, something I don't have. So I mixed a little bit of the liquid latex paste and I will just create a new nose for myself. I mixed quite a bit of the paste. You don't really need that much for just a new nose. So just use a tiny bit of latex and even less flour and you will already have enough to create your nose with. So for today I mixed the liquid latex by Ben Nye to create my liquid latex paste. And if you want to know more about creating liquid latex paste or all the stuff you can do with it, I have a separate video on that and that is linked in the description box down below. So for now I will just put latex paste on my nose to create the new one. So be careful with your eyebrows. I haven't blocked mine yet, so I do need to be careful that I don't get any of the latex on my eyebrows. And also obviously be careful with latex around your eyes. You don't want to get any latex in your eyes. I'm just gonna add a little bit more to the tip of the nose. I'm quickly gonna blow dry the liquid latex to speed up the process of it drying. You can also let it air dry, but that just takes a bit longer. As Valak doesn't have any eyebrows, I need to get rid of mine. So I'm gonna block them today using Aquafix by Mold Life, and I use very many different products to block eyebrows with. You can use Sin Wax by Meron, you can use the Scar Wax by Ben Nye, you can use Spirit Gum, you can use Prosthesis, and you can use Aquafix. So for today I'm choosing Aquafix, mostly because it was closest to me at this point, and well, it works pretty well. It is a prosthetic adhesive. It kind of works the same as Prosthesis. So I'm rubbing the Aquafix against the hairs of my eyebrows and I will just brush them up to get my eyebrows as flat as possible. And I will just put an extra layer of the Aquafix over my eyebrows. The Aquafix has dried once it has become completely transparent, and once it is completely transparent you do want to powder it because it is a glue and it is very sticky, and getting rid of that stickiness is done with a setting powder. And the powder I'm working with today is the Neutral Set Powder by Ben Nye. I love this setting powder and I've been using it quite a lot lately. So just put it on the eyebrows. I always use loads of powder. For the coloring I'm going to use the Encore palettes, my alcohol activated and very loved makeup palettes. And I have chosen the Injury, the Undead and the Zombie palette for today. I chose the Injury palette because there is white in there and I do need white. And the Zombie and the Undead palette have an off-white color and brownish tones. I think I will need to create Valak. I quickly plucked the surface of a non-latex foam sponge and I'm going to start out with the white that is in the Injury palette. So Valak isn't really entirely white, she's very spotted in her makeup, and that is something I'm going to create by stippling a few layers of different color of alcohol activated makeup over each other. So this is kind of a slow build up in a makeup. Fortunately I don't need to do my entire face today and I can leave my neck out of the way as well because I have the nun costume to wear, of course. But basically I'm just going to make a nice white layer first and then stipple over with a few different colors until I like what I see. There is a nice first layer, so there is also this tone in the Injury palette. And my white is kind of running all over my palette. I'm going to mix that just with the same sponge as I was using for the white. And I will check the reference picture where I can put this color. As you can see, that is very pigmented. And I will tone that down at the end of this look. So I'll put a bit around the eye area, under the eye as well. This is the Zombie palette and there is a nice brown tone in there. I'm also going to use this in the base layer of this makeup. So I'm activating it still with the same sponge I was using with the white and the second color. I'm also going to put this around the eye area as well. Starting to look like an owl. Now I switched to the splatter brush. This one is by Ben Nye and once again the white. I'm just going to splatter white on there. So there is an off-white color in the Zombie palette. This color is the color I will take next. This is gray, which is also in the Undead palette. Finally, this is black, so definitely don't want to overdo this color, but I do feel she has a bit of all of it on her face. Now the base is on my skin. I want to continue to the eyes, and to put a light shadow on there I have the Cool Glam palette by Ben Nye. So I'm obviously going to use the black as Valak has black eyes, and I do want to be kind of careful with this, but she has really rounded eyes on the top and on the bottom as well. So I will put in a water-based face paint with this, but I did want to start out with a powder. To really make those eyes black, I have the black by Diamond Effects. This is the water-based face paint. So I'm just going to fill out the entire upper eyelid. And using a dry brush, I'm going to blend the outer edge a bit because I don't want a really sharp line. Face paint under the eye as well. My blending brush is just a tad too hard. And I will put a bit of powder over this to prevent it from smudging. If you want to go out an entire evening wearing a makeup like this, it really helps to just put a bit of powder over it. Now she has very smudgy lips, so I'm just gonna color mine. This is still with the water-based face paint. This is a stippling brush by Titanic Effects, and just by putting a bit of the top on the paint you can easily just dab smudges of a makeup on there. It is used for stippling skin textures on the skin with alcohol activated makeup, but you can definitely use a brush like this one for a makeup like this one. Let me check. There is also a bit of black around the nose, on both sides of course. And then she has got some veining and wrinkles going on. So I will put the veins in with a detail brush by Titanic Effects. I can soften those lines using a clean brush. Now we obviously want these veins to appear to lie under the skin, so that is why I am going over them with the stipple brush, splatter brush by Ben Nye once again. So just to cover them a bit with the alcohol activated makeup. Let's put on the costume. That must be the hardest costume I ever wore in a YouTube video. I just spent 15 minutes on putting this top piece on before it would stay the way it is supposed to. But well, with that, I think my Valak makeup tutorial for today is done. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel in the link below. Stay tuned on all our videos. We have loads of videos planned until Halloween, so definitely stay tuned.